Welcome to the Be Forever Cool podcast. My name is Rex45. We got Smitty in the building, Reese, TJ. What's going on, fellas? How's everyone doing? We start with TJ, man. How you doing this weekend? Man? I mean, today.
We're doing good over here. It's middle of the week. Like the weather's good up here in Northeast. Finally back on two as always right now, and just watching motorcycles everywhere, getting knowledge. So can't complain right now. Feels good out here.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Reese. What's going on, man? You're out in West Coast this past weekend, man. We'll catch up on all that. But how you doing today?
I can't complain, man. Just living the dream, and I guess gearing up for Laguna, gearing up for another West Coast round.
I mean, do you wake up every morning and pinch yourself, or you pinch yourself before you go to sleep? Because you are living the dream.
I think in the beginning of the career, I was pinching myself, and then realized after about 5 years, I was like, oh wait, this isn't a dream no more. This is real reality.
That's pretty dope reality, man, for sure. Smitty, what's good, man? How you doing, man?
Everything's going good, man. Just got back home from a club race at Barber this weekend. So I'm home chilling, that's it really.
All right. That's what's up. And we were talking about this before we started recording. So let's talk about club racing lifestyle. How was it for you? How did you make out? How many races did you do?
So the plan was to do 3 races, 3 Saturday and 3 Sunday. Sunday got rained out. A lot of lightning within 5 and things, and it kept pushing it back and just got rained out. But Saturday had 2 races. First race, my results weren't where I would hope they would be, but because the guys I was with were a similar pace, it was a lot of fun doing the back and forth. He passed me, I passed him, and vice versa. And that's always fun. And with the racing, the top 5 guys aren't racing the 5 through 10 guys. Like, there are pockets of races within each race.
Mm-hmm.
So my pocket, even though I was in the back, was a fun pocket to be in, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I had a little crash the second race, nothing bad. I hit a false neutral, and I lost all my, braking going into a corner. Ran in there a little bit too hot, ran off, a little tip over in the gravel. That's it. Bike to those scratched up, but nothing bad. So
a lesson learned. Let's dive a little bit more, and I'll bring TJ into this as well. When I started club racing, I was struggling in the beginning. It took me probably 4 to 5 years, I would say. I think so it's different for up north, because up north they got in New England they have novice, amateur, and expert. But down by you guys, it's amateur and expert only. So like as a novice, I did really well. But then when I became an amateur, I struggled for a bit and stuff like that. And it took me a little while to find my pace. So like, how is it for you, Smitty, in finding your pace, and what's that like?
Frustrating, because it seemed like when I first started, I was getting better slowly, but it's progress. So, and with racing, it's not an overnight thing. We get better, a tenth of a second here, those things add up, over time. And I was doing that, but I plateaued. And at some points I've regressed, and I can't figure out why. So yes, it's very much frustrating, actually.
Gotcha. And I know that feeling. How about yourself, TJ? Before we go back to Smitty, what's it been like, and what's your struggles in track racing?
Like you said, Rexy, I did really well. Or for me, I did really well as a novice, and once I became an amateur, I actually progressed pretty well. Every year or every round, I increased my time, or my time went down. I got into the teens, and then the next following year, there's a little setback. I couldn't figure out why. I didn't know if my body position was off, the bike needed work, or what was going on. So I figured out it's really important to take notes as you get faster, because things really start to matter at this point. Like your tire choices, the weather, your tire pressure. Certain things matter, so it's good to write them down to keep the data. So I think that will help me improve. I know a lot of people have teams, or at least like teammates that help them with all this stuff, extra stuff. So I usually go out and watch the experts and amateurs at each corner, just to listen to the bikes to see what gear they're in, when they're downshifting, when they're upshifting, and I try to go out and imitate as best I can. So that has helped me, especially latching on to something.
Yeah, I would say that's watching people and talking to people at the racetrack, which I was fortunate because people brought me to the racetrack, so I had people to talk to. If I was on my own, I probably wouldn't talk to anyone. But it's good when people come up and talk to you. So I know you have people coming up to you, Smitty, and try to give you pointers and stuff like that, or maybe just kind of figure out where you are racing. And then also like how much racing are you doing this year?
The thing with taking pointers from people, it's tough because I don't know who this guy is. I don't know his intentions. I don't know his experience level. And sometimes, like, everybody knows everything. So it's like you take so much with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to blow anybody off because, just being open-minded to all info. But if one guy says, yeah, hey, start breaking at the 3 board. One guy, hey, nah, do it at the 4 board. So, okay, well, now I'm getting info that's kind of conflicting. So you get too much info from too many people. And it's like, yo, sometimes you don't want that much. Then now you're more confused almost. And so you just kind of gotta black it out, find what works, for you.
Right. I was gonna say, did you try breaking at the 4 board or the 3 board?
No, I mean, I'll break where I feel I can break, honestly.
It's like when that thing goes off of your head, say, it's now, mofo. Hit the
brake. But then here's the weird thing though, like your brain is so conditioned for survival. Like I tell myself, yes, I'm gonna break at the 3 board. I tell myself that, but my body does it at the 4.
Oh yeah. I'd come off at the gas on the 4 and then hit the 3. So I'm coasting for a little bit before I hit the brakes.
Fair, yeah, but your body just tells you do it this way or else you're gonna die.
Reese, you got any advice for Smitty or myself or TJ to get faster other than ignore our inner thoughts?
Give me that Richard Stamboli advice, man. He gives all of his riders, man.
You either on the gas or you off the gas. Which one you in? Ain't no coasting. It's either brake or gas. Either go or not. Yeah. I was told that by a couple of racers. It's either you on the brakes or you off the brakes. It's no in between. If you actually watch the guys and you can see the data, there's very little. There's barely no coasting. Just getting comfortable on your bike and see where you're at for braking. I was actually told by a couple of races, like even when I went out there for schools and everything else, let's try braking at 4. Okay, you're good at. We did like 4 laps on 4, and then we went to try braking at 3, and that's when they're behind me, and we'll try to brake at 3, and then we'll brake and then keep doing lap after lap after lap after lap. You'll get comfortable, and then try doing it at 2 and just keep going. And like I know JP said, Jason Pridmore, he was always like, get your downshifting done well before you even start your braking. Get your downshifting done, get your select gear where you need to be, then get in that corner. Get in there. Like you want to get that braking done, set up all your stuff before you even start entering that corner. So as you're entering the corner, you already just brake to the apex and gas out of there.
Gotcha.
Nice. Yeah, man, it's a tricky thing, but also, we find that the more you can be on the bike helps, the more track days you can do. I found, late in 2021, when I did a lot of racing, it was my fastest year, just because I was just on the bike almost every other weekend, where, if you're doing, 5 rounds a year or 7 rounds a year, and if you're only getting like a couple of races in a weekend, it's not really enough to get you. Some guys can come and do that for sure, but I find when I'm riding the most is when I'm doing the best. Then everything is natural. Everything feels natural. Moving the bike around, all that feels natural. And the last thing I'll say before we move on to MotoGP and stuff like that, ergonomics. Making sure your bars are comfortable for you, your pegs are comfortable for you. It sounds silly, but those simple things alone can make a huge difference.
Right. Makes a big difference.
How can you tell like someone's like where their peg should be? Like what would be? Is it like your comfort level, or it's like, all right, this is uh like the height of your bike or something like that? You know.
I think Reese probably has people that can tell on a professional level, but I from what I was told, if you have adjustable rear sets, just change the positions and go do a couple of laps. Your suspension, just do a couple of clicks one direction, go do some laps, go 2 clicks ahead another direction or all the way, just to learn your bike, and then you'll start to figure out what you like and what you don't like. Because at the end of the day, I think it's all between our ears anyway.
No, it is.
Like I'm
like,
tall, and mine's is all the way back. Mine's is back. Yeah.
because mine feels comfortable, but like, I have never adjusted it to, all right, let's try a little further back. Like I haven't, it feels really comfortable where it is. So I've never really messed with it. But, who knows? Like I should try that. Maybe that can just change just a little bit in my body, like my feet position, stuff like that. So just a question on that.
Yeah. Try moving it back, do a couple laps, see how you feel, and then go from there.
Any thoughts, Smitty? Before we move on?
No. I mean, like the bike feels comfy enough. You know what I'm saying? It feels good enough. I'm not using what I have to its potential. That's all, or close to it. So
That's what's up. I know that.
One thing that I don't do is blame the bike. Oh, my bike's not good. Nah, it's me.
Oh yeah, you're not the typical rider.
Nah.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is the bike. Sometimes it is the bike. I had a situation like that where, I think I went almost a whole season, and beating myself up, like why can't I do this? What's going on? And I had the bike checked out, and the settings was off a little bit on the bike on the front end, and so. Sometimes it is the bike, and when you're a new rider, you don't know if it's you or the bike. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to think it's you as a new rider. Maybe, when you're, these professional riders may think it's the bike all the time, but like us, we're always sitting here saying it's us. But sometimes it is the bike, and you don't. I was too busy blaming myself so much that I didn't even think about that. And then I just finally, like after, like 2.5 years, like I said, it was like a struggle from 2017 to 2019, 2020, for me. So it was like, I had a few years where it was just the back of the pack again. I wasn't always like this. I did a 22 in 2017 and then was stuck at the back. So it's got it checked out, and that made a difference. So sometimes it is the bike, but when you run out of ideas to try, you have to, and we'll talk about this. I think Pecco may be at that point running out of ideas, but it is sometimes it is that. But
I plead the fifth.
Oh man! So racing in Assen. It was the very first track I went to go watch live. Assen racetrack. I went in 2017, and I was the Valentino won that race. I think it was the last race he won. So it was pretty dope. It's from video games, it's a pretty dope track. You guys' thoughts on qualifying that Yamaha? Four pole positions in 5-6 races. Pretty impressive there.
No, but like I said before, it's not a fluke, Eventually they found their groove. But race pace, he just kind of not pace, but he had a little mishap, got caught up with some shit, and fell back. So, but they're making progress, pardon me.
Yeah, no, I'm liking it. I mean, it's saying something. They're stepping in the right direction. They really just got to figure out the race pace. I mean, every track layout is different, so you're going to have a different setup. But Fabio's just riding really hard also. He's really trying to show them, like, hey, we need this to compete, and I'm putting this in, a position to be successful, and we can't even pull out 10 laps, keeping up in the front. So, it was good to see Yamaha back qualifying, but unfortunately, we all know Ducati is ahead of everybody right now.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, when we were talking, I don't think we were talking about Fabio getting pole. We were looking at the European brands and stuff like that. So that definitely was a surprise. How about yourself, Reese? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it goes back to what Lewis even said. I mean, it's nice to see it. It's nice to see the boys in blue back up there. But at the same time, I mean, you can always throw down that one hot flyer, that one flying lap. I mean, but to keep that same lap going, pace after pace after pace after pace, it takes a doing on you, and they just haven't figured it out. They can't get it down to a science yet. They're still behind the 8 ball. I mean, you can actually watch the front straightaway, and you can see the pull from the Ducati. That the bike gets up, Marquez gets it up, and he's gone. So
nice. Bobby Shakes, what's going on? I see you need some money to be on this show.
Yeah.
The check must have cleared.
I'm just keeping with the consistency with your boy Jorge Martins. So I stole this shoe off a young woman like 10 years ago.
Oh, careful, man.
And I know that this is free Diddy. But this shoe right here is actually the same exact size as Jorge Martins, the Princess. So I would like to send this to Aprilia.
Okay. All right.
Aprilia, you might want to send that to Honda. That's where he's going.
Smitty, can you fit in this?
Nah, dog. I'm sorry.
Listen, he's no longer Aprilia's problem. He's Honda's problem.
Wait, that happened? I thought last I saw was that they had to come to an agreement when they go to court before they can.
They going to court.
Move on.
Yeah,
they going to court. It's getting worse.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, it sounds like the big dog might step in and say, I don't know how true it is. The CEO, what's his name? Carmen. God, I can't remember his name now. I saw something where he said that Martin has to figure this thing out, or he might not be in GP at all.
Right.
Yeah. So they had a donor, and this can't be good. Maybe it's good for Liberty Media Group. I don't know, because a lot of people are talking about it. So, but new owners can't be happy with negative publicity. But if they got more eyes on it, it might be a good thing. But let's move on to we talked about qualifying. Bagnaia was the fastest. Ducati is this a sign that he's coming around? Getting quicker?
No,
he's able
absolutely
to
not.
On these guys.
Rex.
Absolutely not.
Rex.
Give it up. The man is. Listen, it has finally come to terms that Jorge Martin, and especially Pecco Bagnaia, now you have somebody that's a top tier rider on the same quality bike. You just not as good as you thought you was. Simple.
That's it, huh?
That's it. You're not as good as you thought you were.
Okay. Well,
He's not as good as he thinks he was.
I'm looking at the time, man. It's a good time. And he's in front of the brothers.
Right.
It's a start.
Yes.
Reese,
as he said, I'm not racing for third or fourth, and every time I turn around, he's in third or fourth.
Right. Now, that was a bad move of him. He probably shouldn't have said anything for that. But nobody's racing for third or fourth, right? He's not saying anything any other rider is not saying. We just heard Smitty and myself saying none of us wants to be third, fourth, or anything below. If it's not first place, none of us are really happy, right?
No, I mean, happy,
no.
I know what I'm racing for. I know my limit.
I know what I'm racing for. But I guarantee you, if I'm on that back pace and on the back markers, I'm trying to race for third or fourth, at least get up on the podium. But dang, he starts strong and then disappears.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right.
Reese, I'm trying to change the channel from Pecco.
We got to talk about this, man.
45 every week for the last 100 weeks.
Yep.
Pecco's come up. This is his best season ever. This is the best he's been. He's subpar. I want to change the channel, but it's not changing.
No, it's not. It will be televised, Shakes. It will be televised.
Because first it was his tank was shaped funny. He couldn't ride. Remember that shit?
It's still a problem for the sprint.
And then,
yeah.
Hold on. Then he had one good race. Then it was the brake. His brake are too small. His brake road is too small.
Right. But in all fairness, in all fairness, he's not getting beat at the same amount of times he was in the beginning of the season. So he's getting quicker.
He's getting beat every time. He ain't been a race yet, right?
I understand that, but there's a lot of other guys. So I mean, it's not like
hold on. You supposed to be the most caliber rider, right? Is he supposed to be a top caliber rider, right?
He is a top caliber. I think they all are, as Mark Marquez said in the press conference. Like Marquez is saying what I'm saying.
Okay, and I give him that. He's a good caliber rider. So if you're a great caliber rider and a two-time champion, how are you getting beat by a subpar person, which is Alex, Mark?
And Bezzecchi.
Right.
Bezzecchi's out of the camp. So, I mean, you know what I mean? I think Alex Marquez is only not an anomaly, but no one really saw that coming, right? So I can get Alex Marquez, but obviously Marquez is 8-time champion. So to be getting beat by an 8-time champion is not unheard of, especially on the same machine. But at the same time, when
he's on the 24.
All right, let's lose Yamaha as an example in Motor America. You're looking at the times every weekend, okay? So if your time's getting closer, isn't that progress as overall on the team? That okay, they're getting closer. I mean, obviously you want to win, but at the same time, Marquez is not beating them by 5 seconds anymore.
Listen, close counts and horseshoes and hand grenades, not racing, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Close don't matter in racing.
All right.
Close to what? Close to third? Close to what?
No, what I'm saying is
it's still a position.
It is still a position, and they're working on making the bikes better every weekend and making the bike as best as possible for that rider, right? And as we know, sometimes last year it took them maybe 7 rounds to figure out the 24 bike. But my only point in this, because I don't want to litigate all that. My only point is saying that his times are getting closer. So he is on the grid. He's getting in front of them. So if this continues, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to win the championship, but he is getting close to be more competitive at the front as far as to be able to fight for a win against a non-crashing Mark and a non-crashing Alex, right?
All right, beat Alex straight up and then come back and talk to us.
Oh, he was going to beat Alex straight up if Alex didn't crash out. That was like Alex was getting beaten at Aston. That was happening.
Okay, because the one time he had a bad race, he was in 5th place when he crashed out. Alex, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's all I'm just saying. He was. I mean, Pecco finished 5th on Saturday. I mean, it's you know what I mean. But he was going to get beat. Not Mark, but Pecco. I mean, but Alex was going to get beaten. But let's talk about Bezzecchi. 5th in the grid. Morbidelli 6th. Aldeguer. These guys are all getting closer to the front of the grid. So let's talk about the sprint race and. And what are your thoughts on the sprint race?
Can I go first?
I'm going to say this to Rex. I love your faith. You know that? Seriously. I love your faith in Pecco. It is amazing, man.
From the beginning of the show, Morbidelli has been my dark horse. You could go back, watch the episodes. He's been my dark horse. That dark horse has fallen off the track, sprained its ankle, and now we got to put it to sleep. I don't think Morbidelli is even in contention anymore. He's had his chances earlier on the season. I get it. We're not a halfway break yet. There's still a lot of racing left to go. But Morbidelli has not quantum leaped where I want him to be. And I'm going to say this, and it's not a hot take because I want to be consistent. This season, is for Marquez to lose, because I think if Marquez loses it, I think Alex will get it. I disagree with Reese. I think Alex has been the best rider all season.
Shakes. Not to, I mean to cut you off. Alex has a broken bone in his right hand, I believe. So
what does that mean?
We don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah, but
continue.
But Martin had a broken, and he came back.
Oh no, he's out.
Yeah, and that's why he's broke now.
Yeah, he came back and he broke something. So
that's what I'm just saying. Like at the moment,
I understand that, but we're a little physical therapy, little injection. We're back on it again. This is professional racing here, guys.
This is professional racing, but the next round that they're coming into is a dominant left side track, and his left hand is hurting. So that's going to take a big effect. Yes, Alex is one of the top riders. I don't know where he came from. I mean, he's been out there training with his brother, so I can't say where the heck he showed up from and where he came from. But it's great to see him up there riding and being in contention. Do I think he's going to win the championship or even have a remote chance if his hand wasn't even broken? No. This championship is Marquez's championship. I said it before Marquez even stepped his foot on a Ducati. I said, if he sits foot on a factory bike, you are now racing for second and third. There is no first. It is him. He felt comfortable on it. He's smiling. He's laughing. That is the most dangerous man in the paddock right now. That is your most dangerous man. As far as Morbidelli is like a Vinales. He's here today, gone tomorrow. There's no Morbidelli, there is no Vinales, there is no Acosta. The race right now, and Martin is somewhere playing prima donna, crying about, I want this and I want that. So the race right now is between three people, which is Mark, Alex, and Pekka. That's it. Pekka is going to finish in third, Alex is going to finish in second, and Marquez is going to finish in first. That's where your order is going to finish out for the rest of the season. Guarantee you.
No, I agree. Unless Alex don't come back and fall down.
I see that happen.
I mean, that's why we show up every round as spectators to watch, and they show up to race to prove people like Reese differently.
They do. They show up to prove me differently, but that ain't going to happen.
So, with that said, we still got to talk about the race. Let's talk about second through 18th and 19th then, right? But Zeki looks really good out there, guys. I think he has a shot of continuing. I'll still say, these guys are getting quicker. I think he rode one of the best races. I think he was the first guy that really gave Mark a challenge as far as keeping Mark on his toes, because everybody else Mark eventually pulled away from in previous rounds. What are you guys' thoughts about Bez and his weekend?
But he had a solid weekend. I mean, whether he gave Mark his all and he stuck with him for the entire race.
The entire race. He was there. He was the entire race. Yeah.
He was a half second behind, so which is impressive. So, I mean, credit. But like you said, he'll be that this weekend and he'll be in 6 next week. It's just hit or miss.
Lacking that consistency.
Tell you what, but even though I give Pecco a hard time because he wrecks, Pecco is a consistent third place guy.
Yeah, and that's
I will give him that.
I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, listen, listen, I'll say this, right? And we were talking about this early on. I struggled in the back of the grid for 4 years, and it was no fun. When I'm like the last 21 to the last few years fighting for third, fourth, or first, or whatever. Mm-hmm. You think I'm not? If I get a 4th place, I'm disappointed. And there's guys that's and women behind. No, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm going to be disappointed I didn't get the 1st place. But Bagnaia in 3rd place, or any of these guys in 5-2-1, it's a way better than 6 through 18.
It depends. If you're a 2-time champ, it's not fun.
It's never fun for anyone because everybody wants to win. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like anything else, Marquez is one of the few guys that have 5, 6 titles in a row. You know, Rossi. Most people are getting 1 or 2 or maybe none at all. So at the end of the day, like let's be real. Like, you know, the most riders are not winning a championship, much less a lot of races in MotoGP. So I mean,
it depends. Okay, Reese, question. So based on the TAC Yamaha, right? For the past, I don't know, let's say 3-4 years, Jake Gagne, he ran Moto America. That was his series, right?
Correct.
But right now no shade on Jake at all. But he's a third place rider right now. You think Jake likes that shit? No.
I agree with that. No. I'm saying no rider likes it, but at the same time, when you compare all the riders, no. But at the same time, no guys would. No one wants to be in that place. They just accept their fate.
You know what? Maverick would love that shit.
No, he wouldn't. No right. Again, Marquez said it. You got to respect these other riders. Everyone wants to win. Everybody's showing up to win. Let's not pretend like I don't want to throw shade on the NBA or anything like that, who just want to collect a paycheck. But these guys want to win, and I get Marquez is running out front and all that, but let's not, like, I play basketball pickup. If I'm throwing darts with my daughter, I want to win. I don't even if it's a foot race, I want to win. It's like, I mean, if you're a competitive person, there's not a chance that you want to sit here and say you want to lose.
Look,
I get it that he wants to win, but it's like we all show up to win. There's nobody that doesn't show up to win. But at the end of the day, is he really going to win?
That's a whole different story, but we're showing up to be competitive. And that's all I'm just saying. He's not showing up not to be competitive. He's not showing up saying, oh, let me just not do my best and finish third today.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, the best thing for him to do in Pekka's case, if you know you're not competitive, get the maximum points you can. And that's what he's trying to do, gain the maximum points. Because at the end of the day, if it comes down to Marquez crashing or something happens, he gets hurt, you're right there to take over the points lead if something happens with that, you know. But then it comes down to, hey, you have the same bike as Marquez, okay? There's nothing really different compared to just a little bit of setup, the way you ride compared to the way he rides. And every time I hear, you keep saying, I have no front end feel, I have no front end feel. It's like, how much of that is true and how much is it not? Because you were competitive in the beginning of the race and then you disappeared. Are you setting your bike up to have feel in the beginning, or are you setting your bike up to have the feel at the end when the tires drop off? And that's where it comes down to Marquez being the smartest rider, because at the end, you know, it comes down to any real champion, or you want to call it a GOAT, or somebody that's, as we call it back in the day, an alien. If the bike drops off, can I ride around that problem?
Right.
He can't. He cannot ride around any problem he has. It's like another, as I used to say back in the day, another Lorenzo. The bike has to be 100% perfect throughout the race for me to ride it. It's not. The tires are going to drop.
Right.
And you have to be able to ride it.
And it's not just Lorenzo. It's Acosta. It's Vinales. It's Bezzecchi. It was Alicia Spargaro. It's a lot of riders that can't ride around their bikes when it's giving them problems.
They can't.
And we're seeing that now. So it's not an anomaly, but, you know, I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, that Pecco is getting the brunt of the you know, he's getting negativity for finishing third and fourth, and guys finishing 10th, 11th, and 12th are just not being talked about. And
he's a two-time champion. That's why.
That's not enough of a reason.
And he's also
a great reason, man.
Yeah, but Mir is a champion. So is Quartararo.
Like 5 years ago, man. And remembers that shit, man.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I mean, you know,
hold on. And 5 years bike is subpar. That's why.
We just talked about riding around stuff, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Not like we're you can't ride around a bad engine.
you know, all I'm just saying is, you know, the dude's getting the brunt of the negative press, and there's a lot of other riders. But let's move on and talk about something besides that, because there's a lot else that's happening. But I've been trying to move on, but Smitty keeps bringing it back here. So
that's you, man.
So if you got a list of things you want to talk about, Smitty, let's go. But
let's talk about Yamaha Lube, huh?
Guy said Jawan Mayer champion, man. Shit.
I want to go back.
Listen, no, for real, but you can't disrespect Mir. I mean, look, it is what it is. He won the championship. So did Quartararo. I mean, we might not like it. I mean, OKC just won the championship. Who watched that game? Come on.
No, but they were the best team all year.
Oh, stop it now. All right, let's go.
Were they not?
Let's go.
No, they were. They had the best record and the MVP. So
hold on. They had the best record. They had the MVP, and they had the best point margin. I mean, points for against all year long. You can't say they were the best team.
You watched the playoffs?
Yeah.
All of them? All the games you watched?
Not all, most.
Okay,
I ain't watching all.
All right, let's go.
I watched them all, and that's false.
What's false?
They weren't the best team. They're not the best team.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're not.
No. They had the best record.
You got to face. Yeah, but you got a person that they want to be the face of the NBA.
Okay.
All right, Shakes, what are your thoughts about the sprint race and TJ, man? I mean,
I wanted to talk about that too.
I agree with Smitty. I mean, it's TJ, say something because we've been. I haven't heard you say.
I know.
You haven't said one word. What are you doing?
I've been trying. We've been skipping topics. I wanted to say something about Pecco a while ago, but we're trying to get off of that. I want to say something. I want to say something about Bezecchi as well. So.
Hold on a second, TJ. I gave you my minutes, like at a Senate hearing. I gave you my minutes, and the first word you brought up was Pecco. So I have to retake my minutes, TJ, and you just
you gotta let TJ have it. I want to hear it. I gotta hear it.
All I want to say is, I agree with Reese when he's complaining about his front end feel, but like every rider deals with an issue during the race. They hit a corner wrong, deal with some type of issue. I think it's all excuses. I think he just can't handle the pressure. There's too much pressure for him right now, and Mark is just too intimidating. So when all the pressure is on him, there's the only excuse to come up with is probably I can't have front field.
No pressure, man. Valentino Rossi is his mentor. There's no pressure.
Hey, man, he's not the same. Yeah, he's improving in points from last year, but you got to keep up with whoever's doing the best. And he's down 100 points. So, I I feel like he's not sending it like he used to. He probably just doesn't want to crash. He's playing the safety route, hoping that something would happen, like instead of Mark or Allen get into an accident, that he'll be safe enough to take over the points. But, yeah, I'm not mad at him. There's a lot of pressure, but I already think it's over, so it doesn't matter what he does at this point, really. But I think he just needs to send it and no excuses, because look at Fabio, look at Brad Binder, all them, Jack Miller, they start strong and then drop off, fade away. So, like,
right.
It's more of
he's third in the championship, and they're all below him.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying it's like the effort in the beginning of the race opposed to the fight to the end. He's on a factory bike, so it can't be that bad with the setup. I don't know. I think it's just right, but
yeah, I think we have to be consistent. We can't. Hey, listen, you have to ride around the issue. This is a no excuse show. You show up, you send it, you get it done. If you're not showing up, if you're showing up and not getting it done, I don't care if every valve in that bike is blown. You get off that bike and you run it down the track. No excuses. We are all professionals here.
Yeah.
And we have to be consistent. You're either going to ride the damn thing or let me ride it. I'm looking for a part-time job.
What, he had 2 DNFs in 10 rounds? I mean, I think that's, that's sensible. I mean, I think, the team is happy that he's not, Mir putting the bike back every weekend, you know what I'm saying? And still in third place in the championship.
I mean, we were saying, like, when he won the championship or when he lost to Martin, he DNF like almost 10 times, something like that.
I'm saying, like,
it's like, hey, if you slim that down, you could probably do better. And you can see he's trying that, but it's not working. I don't know what's going on. So, he needs to go back to sending it or something. At this point, it's kind of too late.
Let's talk about Bez as well, because the season ain't over. It's It's still 12 rounds left.
Yeah,
So
I'm happy about Bez. Like obviously he's had bad luck a lot, and I think this is probably one of his best rounds. If you look at practice, qualifying, he was top 5 all the way through, and he actually was on the podium for the sprint and the GP. So it's pretty impressive, especially what Aprilia's been doing. It's good for him to going through. Yeah, and it's pretty good to see that he had a really good weekend. That really does, I'm sure, builds a lot of confidence going forward. So hopefully he can finish strong at Sachsenring. I think that's before they go on their summer break, but that'll be really good to see if Curry can pull something off. But I'm happy for Bez right now.
Yeah, I mean, nice. You mentioned pressure. Let me ask Shakes. I mean, is that a lot of pressure for Bezzecchi? I mean, he was expecting Martin to be the number 1 rider and to learn from him, and now he seems to be the number 1 rider. And, the whole team, I mean, the whole half of Martin's side of the team, right? They got the test rider. So I can't believe their energy is as high. So, these two podiums this weekend and the race win a few rounds ago has to be good for the team. What are your thoughts, Shakes?
He's playing with house money, right? He knows he's not the number 1 guy. He knows that the number 1 guy is a Cinderella. Everybody knows he has no expectations. Like, who would have thought that he would have been the guy that's going to carry the Aprilia flag? No one thought that. So there's absolutely no pressure. Hey, go out there, do your race, prove to Martins that this bike's a winner, which he's doing. And he's riding with no pressure. He has nothing to lose and he has nothing to gain. All he's got to be himself and be consistent. And the chips are going to fall where they're going to fall, because the person that's under pressure is Martins. He's just playing with house money. He's the only guy on the grid that I would exchange places with. Okay. There's no expectation. Go out there, ride the bike, bro. Bring it back in one piece. You're good. And all of the pressure and all of the talking and all of the gossip and all of the rules and everything else that's going on is in the locker room down the hallway. It's not in my locker room. So what pressure do I really have? All the talk, all the gossip is happening down the hallway in that locker room where I'm at. It's harmony. We're playing with house money.
Shakes, I gotta say, that gal that foot big man, cause I think say Martin we are a size 10 or 9. What?
It's the fisheye lens. It's the fisheye lens make it look that big. That's right.
Doesn't look like a 7. Cinderella shoe the slipper was small, man. What are your thoughts, Reese, on what Bezzecchi's doing, and what do you think the team culture is like at Aprilia right now, especially with them getting on the podium these last few rounds?
I mean, I agree with Shakes. I mean, he has zero pressure on him. He can just ride at free will. But it also shows what the bike is, the potential that the bike has and that the bike can actually do. So that shows, that Jorge Martin, pretty much looked like an idiot right now because he didn't even give the bike a chance. He just crashed twice and then saying the bike is not worthy. And I'm like, how is, Bezzecchi, that was supposed to be the number 2 rider, is now the number 1 rider and putting this thing on the podium and, kept up with, the 8-time champion, that was right there. I mean, yeah, we're going into another, we're going into Sachsenring, which is a stop and go track, whereas the Aprilia is a better bike for, more of the sweeping corners and certain things. So we'll see where it goes. But like I said, it shows that this guy, that he has had a lot of potential, and it shows that the bike has a lot of potential. So I'm actually proud of Bezzecchi and what he's doing, and he's not letting all the media and all the hoopla that's on the other side of the garage affect his riding style. He's actually stepped up. The same thing goes in any sport, and especially basketball, which I always had next man up. And he's actually taken that to heed and like, hey, I'm going to run with it. It's my time.
pretty impressive. Let's go with you, Smitty. What are your thoughts on what VR46 Academy is doing and the Grassini team is doing? And this goes for all the other guys as well. Who do you think is going to be the top team at the end of the season? Because, I mean, Morbidelli and Di Antonio is pretty competitive.
Well, Grassini, this past weekend in the main race was a bad weekend because both riders crashed out, right? I want to say. So, but I kind of want to touch on Martin like a little bit. Back in, let's say, middle school, let's say, like, you and your best friend, you're going to do the homework, but then your whole teacher, forgot to ask for it. But then one kid, teacher, we have homework. Right now, that's Bez. Bez is making him look bad, man, by doing the bike that well, that it shouldn't be doing that well. But I don't know. I think Martin, someone said it before, he's superstitious. He sat on the bike twice and both times crashed. And he's probably not scared, but he's like, yeah, this bike ain't for me. We don't gel. Me and the bike don't gel well. And I think that's why he wants to leave Prop, because to be honest, it makes zero sense why. So I don't know, man. But in terms of the VR46 guys, I don't know. We'll see how the year pans out.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, superstition, falls in motorcycle racing and car racing and some parts of life all around the world. So
yeah, it does. Yeah.
But the contract is a contract, and the courts don't deal with superstition when it comes to that. So, there's some people saying Alicia's, maybe too close to him and giving him the wrong information or whatever the case may be. Who not wrong information, but just trying to bring him over to Honda or whatever the case may be. But your word is bond, as they say, and it's still a good way to live in my eyes. What are your
bond, son?
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Shakes, on VR46 Academy or Grassini?
VR46 Academy
race team, I should say.
VR6 Race Team Academy, huh? All I could do is laugh.
Do tell.
Where do I start?
When you're a little boy in Brixton, Birmingham, which one?
Bristol.
It's one of those bees.
Bristol, Tennessee,
England.
I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm the fat sister waiting for the prince to come with the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
All season long, and even talks of after this season, VR6 Academy or 46. Race Team or whatever the hell they call themselves is supposed to be the Marquez killer. No?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
They can't even catch Alex. The David that's supposed to come and slay Goliath, the head by Mr. Yamaha Lube himself, can't do nothing. Now there's talks that they're gonna find another rider from another team to bring him in because that's the Marquez Slayer.
That's
VR6 Academy. Forget about it.
Okay.
They don't scare me. I'm not scared of them. This is what VR6 needs to do. They need to catch Alex, and then once they catch Alex, then we'll let you in the room to play with Marquez.
Okay.
Sorry, Yamaha Lube.
All right. I mean, all right. I've already stated it for the record, so I will continue. TJ, what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, VR46, they're doing pretty well in my eyes. I feel like if Alex didn't get off to the start that he did, they'll probably be more competitive as far as team points. But to be in third place right now, I mean, it's really not bad. To stay there, they're falling behind Ducatis, so they got the factory Ducati and then Grassini. So the separation between Grassini and VR46 is only it's like 50 points almost. So still obtainable. Like Smitty said, Rossini did have 2 DNFs, so that hurt him a little bit, but I think that was in the sprint. But, you know, as long as Rossi's around, especially at the races, I'm sure that he can pull some strings. I think VR46 can possibly pass Rossini, maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to ask a question. When we talk about bikes, VR46 and Marquez, I know Marquez got the factory seat, but when we talk about bikes, aren't those bikes comparable?
No.
The only one that's comparable from VR46 is Fabio. He had that's the secondary bike, the off-brand.
Yeah.
He's the only one with the 25.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Fabio's doing all right. I mean, I think
No. And they're supposed to be the Marquez killer. I don't want to hear.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's what they thought VR 46 was, right? 46 is supposed to dethrone.
Well, let's Rossi built the academy to have more Italians in MotoGP because the Spaniards were taking over, not just Marquez. It's like everybody was Spanish in MotoGP for a little bit, besides Rossi and Simoncelli, and Dovizioso, but it was mostly Spanish. And so that's kind of how the academy came about. And so I wouldn't say it's the Marquez killer per se, but I could see how, there's 4 guys on VR46 Academy that's in MotoGP, and Marquez is a top guy. So I can see where you're coming from with that. But I don't think it was designed like that. But it wouldn't hurt if they did beat him.
Okay. Hey, Rex, you know what?
No. You can't throw shade like that. Say something.
Rex,
say something.
That was a fair point, man.
What do you want me to say?
He throws shade. He slips it in at the last minute. And I want to know from you, because I know you're a Yamaha guy. and you know the rivalry between those two. Can we be real and just say that 46 is the Marquez killer and it's not? So now, all those that are listening to the show, I just want to give you a little background on Rex. He's a Marquez hater. So just want to get that out there.
Not true.
Is it or is it not a 46 killer, Reese? Is it not a Marquez killer?
I mean, you said it best, though. 46, not anyone else. 46 himself can go do it, not anyone else. Marquez is the last person that is out there that is considered an alien. He is the last of the dying breed. There is no one on that grid that is smarter and can beat Marquez but Marquez. There's no one. So to say 46 is a killer, if Rossi was out there, then we got another plan. If Rossi's in his prime at a young age and whatever, maybe we can have another chance. But at this day and age and where we sit at, to beat Marquez, the only person that's going to beat him is Marquez crashes or dies out. That's it.
All right. There you go. So let's talk about Honda and KTM this weekend. Seems like the Hondas, they struggled a little bit more than we thought they would this weekend. KTM, maybe they put KTM stickers on Honda bike because those KTMs look really fast this weekend. What are your thoughts, TJ, on what, they had 3 KTMs in the top 10 in on the grid, right?
I mean, even in the sprint, I think they had close to having all 4. Wait, did they have all 4? But to have 3 KTMs in the top 3, I mean, for what they've been going through, as we've been saying, it's good to see. But, I don't see like the true consistency, that it's kind of all over the place. One day it's Maverick, one day it's Pedro. I haven't really heard much from Brad Binder or Enea Bastianini until the fight that he had in the GP for one of the last 10th place or something like that. I think they could be doing better. I mean, I don't know why they're so low in the constructor, but It is always good to finish top 10, especially all your manufacturers. I
Yeah,
mean, all your
yeah.
teammates.
No, I misspoke. It was in the sprint. They were in the top 10. Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, and I'll pose this to Smitty. KTM went with Vinales set up on Acosta's bike, and Acosta seems to be doing better. So it seems like why Acosta and Vinales is kind of around the same pace. What are your thoughts, Smitty, on where Honda is and KTM?
Honda, they started off kind of bad. They warmed up a little bit, and they're starting to fall back again. So it's not much really to say about Honda. But as for KTM, just having Acosta in fourth, Maverick in fifth, that's not bad at all, actually. But it's Acosta, you know, since he's been in Moto2, I've been a fan of his, and hoping to see the guy do well next year. So he can get up on the podium and win a race here and there. But it's little progress from what I expect from him. So just want to see the upward progress and hope it keeps going. And Maverick, he's due to get one win sometime this year. He has to. He's showing the pace, and he's getting better each race, and it's being more consistent now also. Before he put in one good lap, okay, then fall behind, but he's putting a very good effort to be in fifth place. So
Got you.
he's due one soon.
Nice. And what are your thoughts, Reese, on KTM and Honda? But, we thought that, as Smitty just mentioned, Acosta, we thought Acosta was going to be an alien because he was sort of an alien in Moto3 and Moto2. And even the first half of the first year in MotoGP. And then, he got struck with KTM's issues, I guess.
I mean, what they showed this weekend, it was great. They did show some progress. And then again, it sounds like a bad way to say it, but if you actually look at a lot of the KTMs when they did the progress and they were in the top 10 or Vinales up there in the top 10, all the tracks were more of a flowing track. So it's when they come to the stop and go tracks, that's where they seem to struggle at. So we'll see how they compare in the Sachsenring to see if they're in the top 10 or in the top 5 like they were the past round. And that the tracks do have a lot of play in a lot of things because this bike may work one way better than this, and so it can be a track way. So I would like to see them more consistently up there in the top 5. And we'll see when it comes to Sachsenring. And I do got to disagree with Smitty over there. I highly doubt that Vinales kid is going to win a race.
Okay, fair enough.
I think the day he wins the race, I win the lotto.
Now, Grant, listen, I ain't saying he's gonna beat Marquez, but let's say Marquez crashes, it's a rain race, he's due one. And the only reason why I say that, he's won on every bike he's been on so far, at least once or twice.
Get it, but then you still got to beat the other rain specialist, which is a Zarco, a Miller, all the other guys that's out there. And Miller's a hell of a rain race, and so is Zarco. Zarco loved the rain.
Look, I'm just saying, for him, other stars need to align, and they may align because they have
other stars. That you need every star to align for him to win the race. You need every planet, every star to align.
He was close. I forget what race it was, but he had that tire pressure issue.
Right.
I don't remember what place he came in, but he was up there. But I feel like that is probably a goal of his to at least win a GP race every year. Especially he has won on most of all the manufacturers he's been on. So I feel like that is his goal. It's not far-fetched for me saying that, but I don't know if it'll happen.
I guarantee he wants to win because he wants to prove that issue that he had over in Yamaha, and he's still a rider. But just seeing him win, I doubt it.
So
with TJ.
You don't think he's proved that he's not the same rider? Between Aprilia and what he's been able to do at KTM this year, and being one of the top KTM guys for the first, 8 races at least.
I'm not saying he's not a good caliber rider. He's a good caliber rider. But the problem is he's not a consistent good caliber rider. One day he's here, one day he's gone, and next day he's back, and he's here. It's like he's too wishy-washy. He's like, you'll get hopes up, and he just crush you.
It's all about the feelings, man. Got to feel good on that bike.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's not going to win. That's my feeling.
Oh man, Shakes, what are your thoughts, man? I know you didn't buy any stocks in KTM. I think you told Lewis Hamilton to, and that saved him or something, saved KTM or something like that.
First, I'd like to start off by saying only a Yamaha guy will say this guy will win if we get a rain or if somebody crashes out. And that's the only way Honda has won this season. KTM's had the power all season. KTM has had a very good bike. I think KTM is the second bike on the grid. No disrespect to Yamaha. I think KTM has shown that they could win. I know the beginning of the season, maybe the rumors that were going on, maybe that affect the rider, but it shouldn't, because like we said, this is a non-excuse podcast. You're paid a lot of money. You're paid to win, but they've had the power. I still don't count them out. I like the bike. They seem to be gaining. How many bikes they got on the grid though? 6, right?
4.
4? Yeah, that's too much. KTM's had the power all season. And
what about Aprilia? What about Aprilia?
Aprilia's had the out of Aprilia and KTM. That's a good question. And obviously the winnings prove that Aprilia's had more power than KTM. But I just have faith in that KTM bike for some reason.
There's one thing I didn't hear you say though.
Go ahead.
You can have all the power, but can you put it down to the ground?
That is true. He stumped me.
Can you put it down to the ground?
He stumped me. He stumped me.
Yeah, that's where they're having issues.
Yeah, that's. I still believe in KTM.
Yeah,
I still believe in KTM. I really don't have any faith in Yamaha this season. I don't have any faith in Honda. I think Honda is either a crash out or a typhoon, and they'll win. Which probably makes sense, because if you understand the degenerate painter with the tidal wave in Japan, that great painting that we've all seen, that represents Honda. The only way they can win is when there's a tidal wave. But you guys know what painting I'm talking about. You've seen it a million times. I don't know, Reed.
Mark was the tidal wave when they were winning?
Yeah, it's just a tidal wave. The only way they can win is a tidal wave. I have faith in the KTM. I don't know why. As a dark horse, I just have faith in it. I think, well, obviously Aprilia's had the power because they've won. They've podium a lot. I don't know. I may have to. I don't know. Reese kind of fucked me up on that one.
Sleep on it.
I'm trying to talk out of it, and I've been talking for 5 minutes, and I said absolutely nothing.
Talking in circles.
Let's just say it's a close call between KTM and Aprilia. I think KTM overall has been more consistent the whole season, but as far as closer to first than Aprilia, but Aprilia had 2 great rounds.
I mean, can we honestly say then that the second best bike on the grid is Aprilia? Would that be?
What?
Can we honestly say that the second best bike on the grid is Aprilia? Can we say that?
It's 1 through 6. The best bikes on the grid are Ducati.
Well, there's 6 Ducatis.
Exactly.
And I've been a Ducati guy. I know it should have been 1 through 6 all season. Okay. So the 7th best bike on the grid is an Aprilia. Best bike, right? The 7th best bike you got to give to Aprilia. No? Yes? Come on.
I'll give it to KTM because of what Acosta and Vinales is doing, and Bezecchi's by himself. And if I Iguro didn't get hurt, I would give it to Aprilia. I think I agree with doing at the beginning of the season, and what Bezecchi's doing now would have put them up higher on the food chain if he didn't crash out.
I agree with that. I think KTM also has more experienced riders, so I think they should be doing a little better. But being down one man, Jorge Martin, that would help Aprilia much more. But I think the way they're fighting is pretty impressive opposed to what KTM is doing overall. But I feel like Shake's saying that KTM, I feel like has a lot of potential.
That's what's up. Before we get out of here, I saw a thing on I forget the principle of Honda saying if Martin is available, they would look at him or be interested or something like that. Do you think that Honda should at least wait until they figure out what's going to happen with Martin before they start talking about things? Because they do have 4 riders that they're paying and has to show up every day for work. What are your thoughts on that? Should Honda just kind of stay out of it until they know that he's actually available?
I mean, no, you can talk about it. Say in basketball, we can't talk about a player like it's tampering. You can talk about it. In the big deal. Big deal.
Vinales left Aprilia because they didn't talk to him before they signed Martin.
True.
So there's 4 riders. I mean, and there's somebody sitting here. I mean, it's the same thing with Top Rock, right? You got 2 riders that are sitting here saying one of us is not going to be here next year.
Yeah. Okay. You got a point.
I think Honda's problem is trying to get that platform better. Listen, we've seen it now. Aprilia could win. Honda can't win unless it's a crash or a tidal wave. What the hell is Martin's going to do for Honda? What is he going to do? Because Honda doesn't have the power like Aprilia. I mean, Martin's is on his way out the door. If you can't win on Aprilia, what the hell are you going to do with Honda?
I mean,
wait for rain days?
Get that bag.
I'm so sick of getting the bag. Here's a bag.
I think Honda needs to wait a little bit. Sorry, I think Honda needs to wait a little bit. It's just, I know their policies. We was talking about policies a while ago. Like, I think Ducati has the most freedom for their riders. So, like, I don't know, Honda and their policies is a little different. Do they want to inherit this type of behavior, or are they just looking to try to win? But I don't know. I think they.
Yeah, but he's already burnt all those bridges.
Right.
Yeah, he has
burnt every bridge
too. So
KTM, Ducati, and freaking Aprilia now.
I think winning, and Reese, you could probably back me up on this. Winning just starts by a good team. If everybody's on page, everybody's going to give that little extra effort, and then you're going to start seeing the wins come, right? When we're seeing,
I can agree.
Yeah, when we're seeing Alex and Marquez winning, hugging, safe place, that just helps all of Ducati win, right? There's even, I mean, Pecco may be saying a little crazy things, but he's still all in with Ducati. Martins is a virus that will just infect the paddock, and he's got to go. I think enough's enough. Enough's enough.
I can agree with Smitty on that. And even in our group, I mean, all of the crew, we work together, we hang together, we know what the rider wants, we know what he's going to do, and it's like a whole gel, and it just works, and it makes the team and the morale that much better. And you can see, like, in our guys, Jake's coming back, his hand is getting stronger. We all still believe in all riders, and we believe, we're still the number 1 team out there.
Right.
So, but as long as you have that morale as a team and everybody in that group can pull their weight, and get along, you have the strongest team. Like, I can rely on my guy to do something, and he can rely on me. You know, our riders, they can sit back like, no, they got it, and everything's done. Bye, and go ride and put it to the full test and send it, and won't have a thing to worry about. And that's when you know that you are in that level.
Anyone else want to add anything about that?
Nah, sounds good.
Sounds good. Hey, listen, man.
There's
We're
no
gonna find
I
out.
in team, Smitty.
What's that?
There's no I in team.
But it sure is
and,
me.
And a me, that means me.
All right, guys. Until next week, I may get a chance to talk Motor America, but it sounds like it was a good time out there, guys.
It was a good time. It was fun. Looking for next week. See what we do.
Laguna Seca.
Laguna, here we come.
Oh man, it's one of the nicest tracks around.
I got a question for you, Reese, real quick.
What's up?
Sorry. I got a question. Okay. So I know Josh Herring is killing it right now, right? So going into y'all weekend, do y'all just stick to y'all game plan, or do you try to figure out how to stop him or like slow him down? Because you play as a team.
No, you stick to your game plan.
All right.
And we go out there and send it. We don't worry about the other guy. If you could get in their head and you can get in front, you already know where you're at. He's on a high and he's on that pace. He's in that zone right now. And the way you slow him down, you stick to your game plan. You stick to what we know best. And we know that, you can see it to where, Gagne's, he took podium, he took pole, so we're right there. We're right where we want to be. We're coming. We know it. They know it. It's coming.
Sounds like Pecco Bagnaia.
Oh.
On that note.
I'm going to leave on that note on Pekka. We have a chance. I don't know about Pekka.
I had to get in there, man. Hey, guys, I want to thanks for coming on. My name is Vince45. This is the Be Forever Cool podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.